for joining us for our Chamber Connection podcast. Thanks to our friends at Speakeasy, we are here for the next 52 weeks, bringing you guests from around our community, elected officials, business owners, folks doing great work here in Macomb County. So, sit back, take a listen, and we hope you'll join us every week for our Chamber Connection. Hi, thanks for joining us for this edition of the Chamber Connection. My name is Stacy Ziarko, and I'm the president and CEO of the Sterling Heights Regional Chamber of Commerce. My guest today, it's very exciting. We're honored to have the mayor of Sterling Heights, Mike Taylor, here today to tell us a little bit about about himself, and then what makes Sterling Heights, what I like to think is one of the best cities to live. So thank you, Mike, for joining us.
Thank you very much, Stacy. It's an honor to be here. I'm excited.
Well, fantastic. So, you're reaching double digits in your years of being the mayor now almost. So tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, and, what you do.
Yeah, you always sort of seem like you're the new guy, but the years are piling up behind me,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited about continuing to serve. Just was reelected to another term, a 4-year term, so I've got a lot of time a lot left to give, and a lot of time to give. So, I've been serving as mayor for about the past 8 years. I've been on the city council in Sterling Heights since 2009. I am married to my wife, Christina. We have 3 young kids that are 12, 10, and 6. So that keeps us very busy. And in addition to all that, I practice law full time. So it's a lot going on for me, but there are big challenges in the city, but I feel like it's a really exciting place to be. And in my opinion, there's no job better than being a mayor.
So both of us are privileged to call Sterling Heights home. So tell us a little bit about what's going on in Sterling Heights. Why is this the time to move here?
Well, that's a great way to end the question, because if you look at what's happening in our real estate market, people are just dying to get into Sterling Heights. Our property values are increasing rapidly. And what I'm seeing is that the same sort of houses that are selling in different cities, the same house in Sterling Heights is selling for more. And what that tells me is that's a good scorecard for our government and for the city council. And what we're doing, it means that we've got a city that's on the rise. We got a city that people want to get to. And it's not just the mayor and council and government, but we've got a great business community. We've got great parks. We've got great amenities for our residents. We've got low costs. We're very welcoming to residents of all different ethnicities and backgrounds. And so I think when you mix all that together and all the different employment opportunities we just have a city that a lot of people want to come to. And so the leaders in the city recognize that, and we do everything that we can to provide a great community for our residents and our businesses.
So you talk a little bit about our real estate market. I have a friend that's a realtor, and 4 years ago when we redid Dodge Park, and you had a big announcement with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to open and redo the park, she used that as her selling point to convince people to come to Sterling Heights, because people don't have in other communities what we are lucky to have here.
Yeah, I think, when we talk about the commitment to quality of life initiatives, when we talk about the commitment to our parks, our trails, the Clinton River, all these different things, we looked at this back about 10 years ago and said, we saw that there's an important demographic of people that were not staying in Sterling Heights. And these are people, younger professionals, younger families, people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. And that's when they've got a lot of disposable income. That's when they're looking to raise a family. And so we said, what can we do to capture those? Because we do really well with seniors and with young people. Yep. And we want to make sure that we continue to provide a place for people to age in place. But how do we make sure that we provide the amenities that young families need? And so we looked into it, and through the city administration and the city council, we targeted our parks for a huge investment. We invested over $50 million in a new community center, splash pad, farmers market, concerts. And so now summers in Sterling Heights are really the place to be. And I walk through Dodge Park and I hear families, not even just talking to me, they don't even know I'm listening. And they say, I wish we had things like this years ago. I'm so excited about this. We bought our house here because of this. And like you said, real estate agents are putting up pictures of the house and pictures of the splash pad or pictures of Dodge Park. It's really one of the more tangible ways that we can see that this work is paying off. And it certainly is. There's a buzz about Sterling Heights, and I'm proud to be part of the team that helped make that happen.
And I think, we look at it from a business community perspective, right? Our businesses like the parks initiative that you're doing, because more people living, moving, playing in Sterling Heights means more people are frequenting our businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know from surveys and studies that businesses, everybody thinks that the business is just looking at what's the city that's got the absolute lowest taxes. Well, that's not the case. They want access to talented people, and they want to be, every company better be focused on improving the experience for their employees, because employees are in high demand right now,
Oh
right?
my goodness.
So any business who can attract attract employees by saying, look at these amenities that you have around you. You still have a reasonable, housing market, that you can get a good house in Sterling Heights. It's not going to cost you like it will in some other areas of Metro Detroit. You're going to be close to work. You're going to have parks. You're going to have restaurants. You're going to have all these amenities. And so it all fits together. It's like what we do that benefits our residents also benefits our business community, and we're proud of it.
Sterling Heights is well known for supporting our business community. We have been lucky, I think in the last year, to get some really cool businesses wanting to be in Sterling Heights along M59. Talk a little bit about, having the I think it's the busiest Total Wine in the country, the first Portillo's in Michigan. What do some of those things mean to the city?
Look, we are incredibly proud to be the test site for these new places in Michigan. The Portillo's is the first in Michigan. There's a Jollibee coming. I think the first Jollibee in Michigan. And
I can't wait to try that, because people are so excited and I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, and probably a lot of people are like, what's Jollibee? It's a Filipino fast food restaurant. And so to have those businesses targeting Sterling Heights, targeting Hall Road, targeting Shaner, targeting the area around Lakeside Mall, and saying, this is where we want to be. This is where the people are coming to still have, an excellent retail experience. Everybody talks about, retail is dying and retail is dead, and it's not. There are people that still want to get out and have unique experiences. So, from the urban air at one end of Hall Road, down to the other end of what we call the Golden Corridor, there are a number of unique and interesting retail experiences that you can have, and we're happy to be able to provide those. And I think it's just validation that what we're doing is working, that businesses want to be here, residents want to be here. And so we hear them, we hear our residents and hear our businesses, and we try to make sure that we're always doing everything we can to improve the quality of life for those people.
I am doing my part to make sure that retail stays open. Trust me, I am, the gold medal shopping queen here. I know others that are.
You and my wife.
Exactly.
Too, so thank you.
Anything I can do to help.
Right.
You touched on this in your opening when you talk about the diversity in Sterling Heights. I don't think that people realize, the amount of nationalities and languages spoken and the diversity in Sterling Heights. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, certainly. So when you look at demographics, a lot of people are focused on the race demographics. So if you look at the demographics for Sterling Heights, especially with this new census that came out, you'll see that we have a very high white population relative to some other areas that you would consider more diverse. We're growing in our African American and Asian and Hispanic populations, but those demographics don't tell the whole story, because included in what they call the white population are Chaldean immigrants, for example. Chaldean residents make up a large percentage of Sterling Heights. There's estimates of 20-25% of our population is Chaldean, and when I talk to other mayors and people from across the country, they don't even know what Chaldean people are. And so, I can feel myself when I get to explain how we have this Chaldean population. It really is a point of pride for me. And I think they can sense it in my voice when I talk about this population that was displaced by war in Iraq, that came over to the United States for refuge and found it here in the city of Sterling Heights and has settled here in great numbers. A very proud history that the Chaldeans have going back centuries, and they can say that the largest Chaldean population in perhaps the entire world is here in Sterling Heights. It adds such a unique and interesting story to what we're already doing. The restaurants, the shops, the businesses, the culture that the Chaldean community brings really brightens up what we have in Sterling Heights. And it's not just Chaldeans. We have a large Albanian population, large Polish population, Eastern European, Western European. We've got people from, a large Filipino community here, an Asian community that's growing. And so when you have all those different communities deciding that they want to settle here, the first thing I think of is I'm proud that they want to be here. I'm proud that they feel that this is a place that's welcoming and inclusive to them.
Here.
And they're comfortable here. And it enriches everybody's lives when you have all these different people coming to the city of Sterling Heights. My neighborhood is sort of like a little mini microcosm of the city. I've got Jamaican neighbors. I've got African-American neighbors. I've got Pakistani neighbors. I've got neighbors that recently moved that were from Venezuela. And so this is all within a 4-house radius of mine. And that's Sterling Heights. And it's a beautiful thing.
And the city has done a great job of encouraging people to share their cultures and their diversity. You've started the Community Alliance. You've got the African American Coalition, the Ethnic Community Coalition. That doesn't happen in every city.
No, it doesn't. I don't think it does. And for as long as I've been here, 12 plus years now on the city council, celebrating our diversity has been one of the hallmarks of the city of Sterling Heights. We've never shied away from it. We've always encouraged it. The cultural exchange, which happens every year in March, is one of the most popular events of the year. We have different food and dance segments and all different sorts of celebrations of different ethnicities. Not just celebrating ethnicities, but celebrating different cultures, celebrating that, within our city, we have several different races. And how do we take a city like Sterling Heights, 134,000 people, and make sure that every person, regardless of your age, ethnicity, race, ability, or disability, is able to get the services that we provide. And so in order for us to hear that, in order for us to be able to provide those services, we need to hear from these diverse voices. So I'm proud that we've given a platform to people of all differences to be able to say, hey, you're maybe not hitting the mark here, so that we can do better. Because at the end of the day, we are the cities exist for the purpose of providing services to their residents. Sure. And to improving their quality of life. And if you're not providing services, if you're not helping people, then what are you doing? So that's what we're here for, and we can't do it effectively unless we hear from them, and not in a superficial way. We want to really know what are the blind spots, what are the problems that every resident is facing, so we can be a part of the solution.
And I think when Sterling Heights looks at city services that you offer residents, it goes beyond picking up your trash, maintaining your roads. I think of the new community center that was opened, the library programs that go on. There's a lot. People talk, they love walking the track at the community center. You're doing something right. The city is doing something right.
I think so. I hope so. We don't do surveys regularly. We don't do polling. Sure. Do you like this? Do you like that? But I think the results speak for themselves. You've got to, as a city, you've got to do the basics right. You've got to provide a safe city. You've got to have safe neighborhoods and good police services. You've got to have good fire services. You've got to pick up the trash every week. You've got to be able to provide clean drinking water and sewer services. Once you get past those gotta haves, that's where I think you can really start expanding your community and making it not just somewhere that you go to, but a place that you really feel like is your home. I feel real strongly about how people are connected to place. People have a strong connection to cities that they love, and they're going to stay there longer. They're going to do more shopping, dining, walking. They're going to get out, and they're going to talk to their friends and neighbors about it. Cities are really, to me, such an important piece of what we do in this country. And I think a lot of the problems that we have nationally, we're very polarized. Oh, yeah. We're very divided over every topic. But, think about what people come together for. Like the whole region will come together for, if the Detroit Lions were in the Super Bowl, right? So, but
you're throwing dreams out there, Mike.
I know dreams. It might be another 100 years, but the point is, like, they're all united over place. And place is such an important and powerful way to connect people. When you walk down the street here, you would never talk to some random person. But if you were in California on vacation and you ran into somebody from Sterling Heights, you'd talk